Was good, y'all. Rich Salsa back in the building with another banger, and I hope y'all enjoyed today's earlier drop off of a video. When it came down to it, I just want y'all to know that I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all to those of you who always make it to the end. Shout out to the Rich Gang family. But without any of this, man, I just gotta say it would not be possible if God was not in my life. So I just want to give a huge, big thank you and shout out to God for being able to put me in this opportunity, to be able to have this platform, as well as just be a big or even a small impact in your life. It does not matter to me. As long as y'all are part of the Rich Gang family, then y'all already know what I'm about. But when it comes down to the build today that I'm making, I am making the first ever facilitating 5. And this one, honestly, I'm not even going to talk about it. Let's just go ahead and get straight into it. But before so, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Now, if you want to go ahead and join the Rich Gang family, just go ahead and turn on post notifications, as well as hit that like button. Let's get 50 likes on this banger. Be sure to share it with your family and friends. And now let's go ahead and get into the making of this build. So, you want to go ahead and put it under the center position, y'all. Of course, facilitating 5, which means you're going to be able to do some really nice dribble moves on this build. I believe when it comes down to it, there is not one facilitating 5 build out that is made like mine, y'all. With this one, I made it to where you're really gonna be able to do everything at that 5 position. Normally, you are very limited with what you can do with big men, but for the pie chart that we're picking, which is gonna make it more versatile, the playmaking and shooting pie chart, but just with a little bit more playmaking with the shooting combined, y'all. Now, I'm telling y'all, you could try to make this build out of another position if you want to, but this is going to be the one that you definitely want to go ahead and pick because of the dribbling. Now, when it comes down to the physical profile, go ahead and pick the one with the max speed. This is going to be the wave. I'm telling y'all, you're definitely going to want to use this one because you're going to be able to get a 90 speed when it's all said and done. But now here is where things start to get good. So just be sure that y'all follow along step by step with what I'm doing with these attributes. The only reason why I say that is because this specific build is really subjected to change if you don't follow along with the stats that I put on. So I'm going to go ahead and put the driving layup to a 57 and driving dunk to a 51. Don't worry about that right now. Honestly, later on, it's going to make sense. So just keep it as is. If you change anything up about that part, you're really risking a lot from the finishing side of things. But when it comes down to the shooting, max out that mid-range shot, three-pointer, then free throw, and also put that post fade to an 85. We're going to be able to get 20 shooting badges, y'all. So already things are looking good for the offensive end. Then right here, the pass accuracy, max it out to a 74. Yes, you want to max out your ball handle. Do not worry, these numbers are going to be getting a huge boost once you adjust the height on this build as well as the wingspan. Post control going to be a 91, and we get 27 playmaking badges right there. Now the rest is just for the defense, which makes it even better. Interior 71. We're going to skip over that perimeter defense. Lateral quickness will be a 49. When it comes down to the steal, put this to a 36. Block, going to be a 73. And then for the rest of these stats, max out your offensive rebound at 63. Put the rest into the defensive rebound right here. We're going to have an 80, and we get 8 defensive badges. Really, this build is offensive heavy, but with the height, really going to be helping out on the defensive end of the floor. Then when you consider what you're able to do with the dribbling, the shooting, and I'm telling you right now, it only says we have a 41 ball handle, but this is really going to change once we get into the height. So, with the body shape, this, I would highly recommend one of two. Go with Burley or Build, but if you want to look very different, you can even go with Slot, y'all, just to look like a KD type of build. But for my preference, the bigger you look, the better. And honestly, that is just based off of my opinion. You can change anything up if you want to, but just remember, this is based off of how you want to go about it, your play style, and everything else, y'all. So like I said, you don't want to go with 7'3" on this build because of the dribbling. That is only going to be a 32, but if you go with 6'9", you're going to have already a 62 driving dunk, which gets a huge boost, a 67 ball handle. And as for the weight, we're going to go ahead and drop this down. And right here, y'all, if you consider when you add pretty much getting into the gym rat as well as 99, you're going to be close to a 90 speed on this build. Now, there's another version of this build that will be able to get a 90 speed. It just comes down to how you make it. But honestly, right here, being around an 85 once it's all said and done is going to be really solid. So, if you go with the max wingspan. Once you get to 99 overall, you're going to hit a 70 ball handle, which is going to allow you to be able to get those certain dribble moves that are going to be unlocked at that range. They're going to be much better than just a normal 6, but when it comes down to that driving dunk at 99 as well, you will be able to get park dunks, which makes this build even better. The defensive end is looking much better, but look, consider takeover, and that is what's really going to put you over a 90 speed when it comes down to it. Look, with these stats, the shooting, very solid, y'all. You can definitely be hitting with the 70s when it comes down to a certain jump shot in this game. If you just decide to go ahead and make it based off of your own preference, there's a lot of different things that you can change. But I have to say, the shooting, the finishing, looking very solid, especially once you get to 99 overall. Consider adding boost, running with a teammate that has floor general, and the plus 12 that you're going to be getting from the 3 of the 99 buying boost and the floor general badge. So the ball handle, really, you're going to be in the mid to high 70s. 3-point shot and midi are both going to be in the 80s. Driving dunk will be in the 70s, y'all. And when it comes down to the defensive end right here, the block will be in the high 80s. Defensive rebound will be in the 90s. And the offensive rebound will be in the 70s, y'all. Now, just remember, grinding these builds out are always going to be the best bet, because what the attributes come with once you get to that overall, as well as how much more versatility is going to be added to them. But as you can see, we get the glass cleaning, sharpshooting, playmaking, as well as the post scoring takeover. For me, I would have to say I would go with the playmaking just to be able to speed boost. But also, if you go with the sharpshooting, that's going to be a really good one to go with as well. Glass cleaning, I can say it's really going to help out on the defensive end, but it's not too hard to snag this year. So for my preference, just to help out with the teammates on the offensive end, I would really consider picking either the sharpshooting or the playmaking takeover. Really comes down to your preference and what you see yourself using. But as y'all can see, like I said, we have made the first ever facilitating 5 that is literally going to be able to do everything when it comes down to the offensive and defensive side of the ball once you get this build to 99 overall. Remember, you also get that gym rat badge, which is going to be a huge help to the physicals as well. Being able to be faster than most centers when you're 6'9" is going to be a huge W in my opinion. And the badge count on this build is not bad at all. Really comes down to how you go about it with the setup. You can always make your own changes to it again. So just be sure that just because you don't make it like me does not mean that you did anything wrong. I'm just telling you right here, right now, this is easily going to be the best setup that you can go with. Now, we got one finishing badge, so I'm going to go ahead and put on either Limitless Takeoff, or you could go with Lob City Finisher, Fearless Finisher, or even Posterizer, but I'm going to go with Fearless Finisher just to get those animations. Now, let's go ahead and get into the defensive side of things. We got 8 badges that we're going to be able to work with. So, I'm going to go with Bronze, Clamps, as well as Silver Rebound Chaser so far. You cannot forget about Rim Protector. Definitely going to be another really good badge that you can go with as well. From there, I'm going to go with Gold Intimidator, and this is a really solid setup to go with as well. But for me, I would drop down Intimidator if you wanted to go ahead and add on Interceptor or Chase Down Artist. Both of these setups are going to be really solid, but for me, I'm going to go with Chase Down Artist. Very overpowered badges here. Now, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. So, we got 20 badges that we're going to be able to work with here, and you're going to be able to put these on gold tier. The first one I'm going to hit y'all with Hot Zone Hunter as well as Corner Specialist. You cannot forget about Sniper, so these 3 right down the line are going to be the first ones that I would highly recommend putting on. Now, like I said, you have a lot of wealth in all of these categories when it comes down to the play style as well as the shooting or the playmaking. So for my preference, I'm going to go ahead and spread the wealth a little bit right here, going with Blinders on Silver, Bronze Deadeye, as well as Bronze Green Machine. From there, I'm also going to go ahead and throw on Clutch Shooter on Bronze. Set Shooter is going to be a really good one as well, since with this build, it's going to be a really nice corner build. And just to add to that post game, especially if you pick the post scoring takeover, I'm going to go with Fade Ace. Now, 27 badges when it comes down to the playmaking side. The first 2 that you want to put on, Bronze Bailout as well as Bronze Bullet Passer. From there, I'm going to go with Handles for Days in Hall of Fame as well as Floor General just to help out my teammates. You cannot forget about Quick First Step, Essential Badge, especially with Triple Threat Juke on this build. Going to be very overpowered. But from there, I'm also going to go ahead and add another Bronze Badge in Unpluckable. From here, Space Creator has the potential to break ankles on Hall of Fame. Now with the last 4, really you can go ahead and pick whatever you want. But for me, I would consider Dimer, or hyperdrive, y'all. Both of these are going to be really good to go with, and this is a setup that I'm going to be running with 8 defensive, 27 playmaking, and then we get the 20 shooting, and to finish it off, we get 1 finishing, y'all. Again, I just gotta say thank God for giving me this opportunity to be able to be a part of your lives as well as have you in mind. This wraps it up for the double uploads this weekend, but just know that I'm back with the daily uploads again throughout the week, and the next weekend they will return. So again, shout out to the Rich Gang family. If y'all made it to the end, go ahead and comment down RGF if you made it here. But man, I just want you to know that I love y'all, I appreciate y'all, I thank y'all, and y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join RGF, the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but do not forget to hit that like button. Let's get 50 likes on this banger. Be sure to share it with your family and friends, and man, last but not least, without that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God, and Rich out.